Hello, everyone. After a good using the little druid's room and everything else, we have fire bad. We are gonna make our way to what still isn't on the map, huh? Yes, we'll make our way to the site in the Cape of Stranglethorn. That will be where we'll quest for a little bit, and whenever we're done with there, I bet you at that point we'll be able to go back to Stormwind and find a new area to quest at. We're almost 30. I think 30 is when you can get the new flying. I think that's when you can fly at 30, which is really cool. Which is excellent. So welcome to this next set of episodes. This next glorious episode. I am already lost. I need to go this. We are a couple hours in, almost 3 hours into this recording session, and we're having a good time. We're having a blast. We just did No Morgan in the last episode, which was a ton of fun. You should go check that out after this episode, of course. And hope you're having a great day, great afternoon, great evening, great morning. So hope you're doing good. Hope everyone's doing really good these days. It's, rough 2020s, a rough year for everyone. So thank you guys. And thank you for watching these episodes, and thank you guys for everything. Okay, we have made it. Finally. Hello.
Great to meet you.
Oh, that's funny.
See you soon.
Quest.
Hello.
Okay. Oh, we can finally get actually our first helmet or neck piece, huh? Get the helmet.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Okay.
Pleased to meet you.
All right. Okay.
Alrighty then.
Now we can go back to that area we were just at. And is there a shortcut over there from here? I think so, actually. I think if I actually go this way. Whoa, there's a panther after me? No, not this way. Never mind. I lied. We have to go the long way. You'll never take me alive, panther. Rawr. I too am also of the cat. Well, actually, technically I'm a deer, but I can go into a cat form. Which is it's kind of funny. I too could turn into a cat. Up, wing. I'll have to. Audio's still good. All right, we're still kicking here. We're still doing good. We're being quite successful at this. So, how's everyone doing today? We're on a roll here. We're getting a lot of levels in. We're 23 levels away from getting done with leveling up, and we're getting level 50 and getting the Kelturn Heritage Armor, which is pretty cool. Except I won't be playing a Kelturn in Shadowlands. I'll be playing a Ret Paladin, which unfortunately can't be Kelturn, which sucks. But hey, that's okay. You got to make sacrifices somewhere, right? I'm still thinking about what I want to do next for Horde, but it's still 23 levels away, and we're still just messing around. Again, we're just here to do things casually, right? No rush, no point. So if you're joining in on the series for this episode, welcome. If you've been part of the whole series, thank you so much for joining. Hope you're enjoying it. Hope you have any. If you have any questions, you're more welcome to answer that. And if you are enjoying the series and like to see more, hit that sub button. And make sure to know that if you ring that bell, you'll know when my video goes live, and hit the like button for the algorithm, so that way people can see more of my videos. So that way all people can enjoy this content and we can have some fun. All right. So what's there to talk about right now, right? We talked about Shadowlands. We talked about a lot of stuff. Got some new games coming out. Super excited for Cyberpunk and stuff like that. So I don't know how excited people are for Cyberpunk, but I truly am. Like this is the first game I've ever pre-ordered in like I think in like years. Like I don't pre-order games anymore. Like I've never pre-ordered games. Like, well, actually it's not true. I do pre-order. I always pre-order World of Warcraft expansions, but that's just because I special in the head, and the last two times it's been like, ooh, excuse me, I had a hiccup. The last two times it's been like, you get usually like, you know, it's not like the one that gives you the boost or anything like that. I pre-ordered the expansion so I could just make a Pandaren Death Knight for memes. And I wasn't going to play Death Knight in Shadowlands, but a lot of people on my raid team wanted to go Pandaren, or not Pandaren. They wanted to, but yeah, no one wants to go Pandaren. I want to go Pandaren, but they wanted to go Death Knight. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna play something else. I'm gonna play the beta, and I'm gonna see what I like. And I played the crap out of the beta. I actually played Ellie Shaman. I played Enhancement Shaman. I played Ret Paladin. I think I played everything but like Mage and Warlock. And I was like, I like Ret Paladin the most. So I played the Ret Paladin. And I thought it was great. And it was a ton of fun. So I picked Ret Paladin. And I've always wanted to play Ret Paladin. That's another decision why I picked Ret as my main. And it's not about am I going to be viable for raids, or am I going to be benched? It's like I don't care about that kind of stuff. Like I care about killing the bosses. So like if there's a boss where like melee isn't viable at all and they need to bring nothing but range, then that's not my fault. Like I'm not getting benched because of being garbage. Like I got benched because Blizzard's trash design, and you know, that happens, right? Like Blizzard makes a fight that just like favors like ranged a lot more than oh, you suck. You know, that favors ranged a lot more than melee, you know? And that can happen. Like that happens all the time, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? I don't think there's really ever been a fight where melee have been favored, right? I think there's been a few, but like that alligator is eating my ass, like literally. Okay. Or behemoth. That iron jaw. Nice. Okay, cool. Well, that was easy. So yeah, so you know, it's you know, it's awesome, right? Like I pick a Ret Pally because it's like, oh, it's like I want to have fun with that. And it's like but why a Ret Paladin? Okay, I started my timer. I was like, did I start my timer? It's like, yes. But it's like, why? I was like, well, there's a rare up there. I picked Ret Paladin because it's just like, I've always liked it. It's always been that class I make as an like kind of an alt main that I will play every once in a while. It won't be anything like crazy, like if my guild is like heroic or something like that. It's like I try to get geared up for that. I usually do because it's usually very easy. I do heroics on it, but we don't normally do heroics until like the you know, the end of the expansion or like the end of the tier, and we're just like bored. So it's like normally I don't like, but there's also plenty of alt runs that people do and stuff like that, but I don't join those because it's like I feel like if I play too much I would burn myself out of this game. And right now this game isn't too bad because of course we haven't got to Shadowlands yet, and we haven't got to endgame Shadowlands, which I'm not looking forward to, which, you know, kind of sucks, but who knows? Maybe with these delays that Blizzard has done, or this delay Blizzard has done, they'll balance the game out, and you know, the Soulbind and Soul Conduits won't be so bad, and the legendaries will actually be balanced, and you know, stuff like that, right? Things will be balanced, right? I don't think you can. Things aren't easily balanceable, right? It's hard to balance an MMO, so it's one of those things where like like I don't know how I feel about it. I'm still a bit like kind of like, well, you know, something like this, maybe even something like this. Like I just think like Blizzard should make complete classes and not borrowed power classes or specs. Like it just makes me feel like they're just too lazy to make other, like, to fix classes. Like they did a rework on Shadow Priests, and Shadow Priests became like that third, like when we, I remember when we had to pick we had to pick 3 classes, and one of those 3 would be our mains. I put Ret Pally first, I put Elemental Shaman second, and for the lulz was a Shadow Priest. I just like lol Shadow Priest. Because I was playing it on beta and it was a ton of fun. It was like, this is good. Like that class got a talent rework. It doesn't really need borrowed power to work. Even then, borrowed power doesn't really work on it. Like I think like this is like the first time where borrowed power just doesn't work because it's not designed for the spec. It's designed for the class, and you know they're trying to do the more about the class than the spec when it should be more about the spec than the class. Like yeah, you picked a warrior, but what type of warrior are you? I'm a fury warrior. I'm a frothing berserker. I want to bring a big ass two-handed weapons and slam them on my enemy. Or you know, I'm a warrior. I'm gonna bring or I'm an arms warrior. I'm gonna bring the oh yeah, things attacked me, right? Oh here. Hello. I think they're all over there. I think I need to go over there. Yeah, this is one of those wacky oh, there he is. I remember you attacking me. I was looking for you. I moved over here. But yeah, so it's you know, it's just like I wish they would like have finished classes and not Swiss cheese and then flex tape the classes with cheap flex tape, and it'd be like soul binds will fix your weaknesses. Like every class should have a defined weakness and a defined strength, right? And then the specs should be the ones that are like, I can fix your weaknesses, or you know, fix your strength, like make you stronger, right? Like a two-handed fury warrior should just be a monster. He should just be stabbing and going crazy, and like then like an arms warrior should be like precision and tactical about what abilities they use. Where like a fury warrior would just be like mash buttons, mash buttons, mash buttons, mash buttons. Or like, you know, like a warlock, like affliction should be about the dots. It should be about bringing the bleeds, and like destruction should be about making the boom boom, right? Just be like, I'm gonna make the boom boom, and I'm gonna nuke you, and that's what destruction should be about. Destruction should be about bringing the explosions. I wonder if these things are bugged. Kind of interesting how you don't see them and you just gotta wait for them to attack you. You know, and then like demo should be about summoning demons, and it just having nothing but like demons, just armies and armies of demons. Like you should literally have a legion of demons. It'd be awesome. Or like a mage, a frost mage should be all about freezing their opponents and wrecking them and making your opponents like slow. And arcane should just be about, you know, arcane, just doing arcane things, bringing arcane damage. Bringing the pain. That one's done. I'm so used to mounting up. But yeah, you know, it should be like, oh yeah, I'm an arcane mage. I bring great damage. Like, you know, or like, you know, an elemental shaman should be all about the elements. You should be balancing the elements and stuff like that. Or an enhancement shaman should just be about enhancing, you know. Bringing buffs, bringing damage, all kinds of that kind of stuff. Or like, you know, like a feral druid, right? It should be about being a cat. You're a cat, so you're just gonna kick yarn around the whole time. And then, you know, Windwalker monks. Like I feel like Windwalker monks need the most help right now. Like they have the most bugs and they're being ignored. Like even Brewmaster got some attention. Like monks in general have just been like ignored. And it's just like, it's like Blizzard's just like, Brewmaster's good enough for us, you know, like one of those things. It's like, Brewmaster's good enough, right? Yeah, might as well, right? Like, you know, you got one viable spec out of the whole class, you know, and it's like, you know, what they could do if they wanted to force Windwalkers, right? Like if people wanted force Windwalkers, it would have to be the worst way possible from Blizzard, and that would be to take that 5% physical damage buff and make it only for Windwalker. That'd be the only way Windwalkers would probably ever be viable for a raid. Even then, probably barely not, because you probably still bring more casters than than physical damage dealers, unless you had to bring a raid of hunters. And then you would bring a monk instead of a demon hunter. Whoosh! I haven't been using that ability. Like I was so excited. I always love wild charge. It's one of my favorite abilities. It's so cool. And so yeah. Bam. All right, that quest is done. So now we gotta go kill some gotta get some water, get some Naga icons. Ow. How dare you slow me, good sir. Alright, bye. Bye. Alright. So yeah, so this is how I feel. Like I honestly wish Blizzard would like delay the game till 2021 and then delete the Covenant abilities, delete the conduits and the soul binds, and then just give everyone a reworked talent tree and a reworked abilities like they did with Shadow Priests. But could they do that for 36 specs, right? Or could they, you know, or some of the ones, not all of them need it. Like not everyone needs like a Shadow Priest work style, but some people just need new talents and not need to balance around brawler power. Like I think some classes can get away with it right now. Like I think Red Paladin's perfectly fine. Like they got some sweet new talents, Final Reckoning and stuff like that, make them pretty good. I don't think I can go this way. You know, you got things like Final Reckoning, Execution Sense. Like they got some good changes. I think I'm in the wrong spot. I think I've done this before. Like I need to go this way. And yeah, they got some great changes and stuff like that. And it's crazy like that, you know? And it's I wish they would do that, but I don't think they're going to do that. I think the game's going to come out like mid-November or end of November, probably just before 5.4, so that way they can try and, you know, skew the audience and try and, you know, I don't think they're going to hurt. I don't think they hurt Final Fantasy 14 crowd like anymore, because like I think a lot of people who play Final Fantasy 14 now are basically dedicated to Final Fantasy 14, and I'm sure there's some people who, you know, split back and forth. They're like, oh, I like, you know, I play both. You know, I play when one has like new content, I play that one. Then when the other one has new content, I go play that one. Stuff like that. I think that's probably the majority of the crowd, right? And then there are some people, you know, who are just diehard fans of both games, and it's just like, no, you must play this game. No, you can't play both. You have to pick one. It's like, oh, I'll pick one. I'll pick one, all right. Boom. You know, I'll pick one. I log out of WoW and play Final Fantasy, and then I log out of Final Fantasy and then I play WoW. You know, that's how it works. I like both, so I will play both. Like if I like a game, I'll play it. If I don't like a game, I won't play it. It's that simple. Like that's how it works. Like if I truly didn't like WoW, I wouldn't be doing this leveling series right now. I like WoW. Not a bad game. Like most people who shit on it are just people who it's not for them anymore, right? Like people are like, oh, WoW sucks. Like granted, I shit on it too, but it's like it needs to be shit on. Like the Covenant system's a bad system. It's terrible. And I wish I would. I can't wait for the day the casual players who have been defending, the, who have been where they've been defending the Covenant system, because like, I mean, they probably don't have beta access or anything like that, or they have beta access and they're like, oh, wow, I just get everything and get 60 and I'm good to go. It's like, no, you don't understand. Like we haven't yet on beta been able to grind out the content itself, right? Like we've just been given everything and we've been able to test everything. That's great, but we also need to test how long the grind's going to take and how long it'll take for us to get a legendary, how long it will take us to get this and that, you know, how long it will take us to get fully upgraded soul binds. And we really haven't had the option to do that yet, I think, until now. I think quite recently they added something on beta where you start at level 60, but you don't get your legendary items. You don't get, you know, there's no vendors for conduits and stuff like that. So you got to earn it and see how long it takes to earn it. And, you know, it's one of those things. It's like, you're not going to have any fun the first few months of Shadowlands because it's going to be just like a grind. It's going to be a grind, maxing out your conduit and your soul bind. And then eventually, maxing out your conduits, and hopefully the raid is good and you can keep going. And then, or, you know, you're a casual player and you play an hour a day and it's like the only thing you can do, in that hour is just like, you know, nothing you can do in that hour is just world quests, because they made world quests a lot longer and they made them, you know, they made them less frequent. And you don't have as many now. And I think they probably respawn daily instead of like, I think it was like every 12 hours or something like that. You'd get new ones, or depending on where you were. So there's that. I'm not too sure on that situation there though. But they did dumb down the world quests to have less but take longer. And then you got the Covenant calling, the dumbed down version of the you know, emissaries, right? You know, Covenant calls you, they need your help, and it's like, wait, but I sided with this Covenant, why am I helping this Covenant? So, you know, the reason for picking a Covenant just for abilities, like, you know, it should be like, you know, I picked this Covenant, I'm sticking with this Covenant, I'm not only going to help this Covenant, like, that's my choice. Like, I'm stuck with them for the rest of the expansion, you know? But then, like, when they started, like, showing off the lore, and it was like, oh, Maldraxxus is, like, the army of the Shadowlands. They defend the Shadowlands from the bad things. It's like, oh, okay. Well, that's pretty neat. And it's like the quest lines and stuff like that have shown you just like, it's just like, just let me pick the, like, honestly, if they were just like, listen, you could just pick the ability that you want, we don't care, I'd be like, cool, they pulled the ripcord. But then again, the ripcord was never real according to Ian. You know? It was never real. Oh, I do fall out of stealth because I have a bleed on me. Silly goose. Ah, that warrior applied rend, I see. And so, you know, it's real, like, yeah. What you gonna do about it? Stealthing on by, stealthing on by. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. I think there's a vial, right? No, I just click on it. Oh yeah, I got some water. I got some pure water. Oh, splashdown. Nailed it. Alright, that was easy. Not quite done yet. Alright, so. Yeah, so it's I don't know. It's one of those things where I think I've talked about it quite a few times now. It's just like, I don't know how I feel about Shadowlands. Like, I like the pre-patch so far. I like the leveling content. I think that's awesome. I think the leveling content in Shadowlands is going to be great. Nice linear story to play through. Get you to 60. Now, if they can fix that, I think we'd be good. Like, there's been, you know, and there's been some issues with
Need assistance?
with the leveling experience right now. You know, they had to, you know, I think it was Revendreth and Adolwyn that
See you soon.
had
Safe travels.
oh yeah, 28, nice. They had some issues with oh, I got maim. Oh, now I can stun targets.
Right here. You know where to find me.
They had I think I have to go down here? I think I do. Yeah. And, you know, it's, you know, I just feel like Blizzard just, I don't know. I don't think they just have the resources anymore for no, they just don't have like the resources to fix all 36 specs and make them all play well. So they just like implement borrowed power to try and hotfix that. But I would argue that you could have the resources if you didn't make the borrowed power and you just like, you know, took the borrowed power people and say, all right, fix the classes. Like they did that with Shadow Priests, right? They fixed Shadow Priests in Shadowlands. Like the Shadow Priests played terrible. They were so bad they had to rework them. And there are a lot of classes who are still so bad that need to be reworked. And they need to keep trying. They need to go back to the drawing board. I think it might be too late now for Shadowlands, but 10.0 they go back to the drawing board and make something like cool, right? Like give classes something awesome. You know, like the idea of like the artifact weapons was really cool and really fun to use. You need to not like do that. Like y'all need to come down here if you're gonna fight me. There we go. And you know, like it's just what I'm like. Just thinking like I hope like 10.0 like I'm locked in already. I've already pre-ordered the expansion. I'm not gonna like try to get a refund or anything like that. It's just might as well just go. Like I got a raid team. If my raid team ever dies, I probably wouldn't go back. Like I'd just be like, yeah, WoW is just like, that's it for me. Like WoW is done for me. I wouldn't want to find another raid team. I think that would be it. Because I'm happy with the one. I've been with this raid team since Warlords of Draenor. Like, and we've all clearly improved. Like we killed Archimon. We've killed Gul'dan. We didn't kill Kil'jaeden, and we never got there. We had some attendance issues on that time, but you know we recovered from that. We killed Argus. We've killed every boss in BFA, but the one raid, the Storm raid, the 2 boss raid. We didn't kill those bosses. I don't think anyone really cared about that one. But I've killed everything since I've joined those people, and we started off as like a heroic raid team, and then we were like, let's do mythic, and then we cleared mythic. So we're all confident players, and it's really nice. And I don't think the team's gonna die anytime soon, though. It'd have to be like 20. Like the whole raid team has to like quit at once. You know, it would be like one of those things where like the raid team just quits at like once. And it'd be like, yeah, I'm out. Like, I agree. Like, the game would have to be so bad, I think. Like, these people are definitely dedicated WoW players. And so am I. So I do my best to keep up with them and not hate the game too much. And I don't hate the game. Like, I like the game. Like, sometimes the game can be kind of, I see, I need to go back to the other area and do that there. And I think Blizzard does good things with this game, and they do bad things with this game. And one of the good things is the leveling experience, which is awesome. I feel like a broken record. Like I keep saying the same thing. I'm like, you know, we're getting close to the end here, anyways. I think that'll be it tonight. Isn't that all the way on that island? Yeah, it's like, yeah, oh, that's all the way over there. That's something to do later date, for sure. Okay, I need to go. Yeah, it says it's here, but it's not. It's a lie. It lies to you. It lies to you. Lies. So yeah, so you know, with the guild I was in, I raid with well, well, Zeros to Heroes, right? They're a huge guild, right? It's the guild that Sparty made for his community, and a lot of it, and there's so many good people there, and it's such a great guild. It's glad to see that there are kind people in the game and tons of people who are willing to raid. Like, there's a ton of people that raid. Like, we have like 4 or 5 raid teams, and I was one of the original people on our original raid team. Oh good. He like decided to just like he's just like, never mind. So was one of the original raid team members, right? Like, started with them, and I haven't left. And there's still quite a few of us who have been there since Warlords, and obviously we always have new people, and always having new people is great. And if they fit the team, it's like, yeah, welcome to the team. Obviously you got to go through a trial and all that kind of stuff. And there's been people who don't fit the raid team, and we say, hey, you're not, you don't fit the raid team too well, and we're very sorry. And there are some people who join and then they just disappear after a day or two because they get like a free kill. They're like, all right, bye. It's like, oh, cool. Yeah, you definitely don't belong here on the raid team. If you're one of those type of people who gets like a drink, like I'm sure every single person who's a raider or been a raider, they've had someone who like joined your raid team because you've killed a boss that they need a you killed a boss that they need and excuse me, I started yawning. Oh, they killed a boss that they needed, and all right, zombie, see ya. They killed a boss that they needed, and it's like that boss is on like super farm, and then they join, and it's like, well, no one needs it. All right, well, we trust you, trial. And then you give it to the trial, and the trial just like smoke bomb, and you're like, cool, all right. Like, that's happened a couple times, like this expansion alone, where we gave a trial a piece of gear, and then they smoke bombed out. Where they went, I don't know. I don't care. Like, you're gone. You're basically dead to me because you just came in to get carried and get a piece of loot. Like, you're like a terrible person. At least I think you are. Like, why did you join the raid team if you knew you weren't gonna stay and waste our time? Like, we could have DE'd that piece of gear. But again, we're not all like scumbags, right?
Show me your coin, and I
Like,
will show you my wares. Come again.
Okay. All right.
Pleased to
I'm
meet
gonna pick
you.
up these quests.
Be seeing you.
Then, oh, do I get some new pants? I get some new pants.
You have a great
Nice.
day now.
Hello.
How are you?
Okay. Oh, I get to go to Booty Bay at some point. Nice. All right. You know what? I'm just gonna say thank you, everyone, for watching these episodes. That is it for me today. I've pretty much ran out what to say. I will see everyone tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day. Adios, adieu, peace out. Thank you for watching.